would people go to find your policies and what you stand for?
Well, I set up a Facebook page and I'm always on there talking, but my policies are listed on my website, which is found at www.bingrob.com.au. You can't forget that one. I'm pretty sure there's the most extensive list of policies of any candidate, so I've been doing this for a while. Something in mind that I want to do to achieve a number of goals. And most of them are listed there. So worth a read if anyone wants to know what I'm about.
Yeah, which I think it's probably important to do if you want to be informed on who you're voting for.
Yeah, no, well, a lot of people don't. It's amazing that people don't even know there's a council election on that's getting such poor coverage. I think people will be more interested in why I'm getting a haircut. Like I was supposed to be the wild man of Lismore, and here I am getting a haircut. No, I'm not giving into society. I just got told my hair is a bit damaged and needs a bit of a tidy up. So here we are.
Here we are, looking good.
It's all about policy. Things like roads, obviously. Everyone always says, we want to fix the roads and we want to improve roads, but I'm serious about it. I've been watching for years what council's been doing. And more money needs to be put in the roads. And they're just not putting it in there. And I noticed that my mate Isaac Smith, running for mayor, keeps saying that, we've upped the road spending by $1 million every year. And I went and had a look at that because I didn't believe it, because I remember them cutting the budget a couple of times while I was looking at it, while I was watching council meetings and workshops and things. So I asked for the last 10 years and the breakdown of grants and everything like that. And what it came back was that Lismore Council, let's just go to the last 4 years when, even though Labor's had control for the last 8, but the last 4 years, I should say the Six Packs had control. The last 4 years, Lismore City Council has spent less each year on roads, but the grants from the federal and state governments have increased each year. So it looks like they've spent more each year on roads. Now I'm sure Isaac Smith will say, but that money, we put into roads. Well, those grants wouldn't come if they didn't go into roads. That's what they're for, that's where they're going to be spent. So that's not what Lismore City Council is spending on roads, that's the state and federal government. And as we all know now, that the state and federal government are both coalition-held seats and both have coalition governments. So once you have a politician who has a seat at the actual government, that's when the spending starts to flow. We're seeing that. And I don't know why anyone would want to keep a Labor-controlled government at the local level. They had 4 with Jenny Gow, Isaac Smith, Ray Houston and Glennis Ritchie. 3 of those guys are abandoning ship, and Isaac Smith's the only one left. You'd have to ask why, because you'd think they'd be in a strong position to retain a number of seats. Why would you abandon ship if things are going good? Unless the ship's sinking, and like the RDR in Lismore's Woodmark Street, that council is sinking, and with roads going the way they are, you need to spend more money and we're going to sink altogether.
So, Big Rob, what about the swimming pool?
The Lismore Lake Pool.
The Lismore Lake Pool. What can you do, or what would you say about getting that up and going, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the Lismore Lake Pool, I've been fighting for that for years, and actually you can go back to, I think it's 2011, in the minutes of the council meetings, when it was shut down by Isaac Smith, funnily enough, my mate. He put a motion forward to shut the pool. I spoke against that motion for many reasons, but it still happened because the Six Pack had control back then as well. They retained control in 2012, and you got council at the moment, Greg Bennett, coming in, putting motions forward, trying to take credit for saving the pool and all sorts of things. But that's irrelevant. The whole thing is getting that pool going again. And we're getting to a point where we're almost there, except there's one little hurdle at the moment to get that happening, and that's the motion includes a clause that says you can't borrow money. And I'll tell you a funny story about that. This is how silly council's been over the years. Apparently the university, Southern Cross University, offered $1 million or something to invest in that GSAC swimming pool, and council said no. Now what would have happened if GSAC and the Southern Cross Uni combined to make that one pool? All the uni students would have been using it. So, including the gym and the canteen and all that, so it's possible it could have been profitable.
Yeah.
So instead of taking that $1 million to take the burden off the people of Lismore and having a joint venture with more patrons, they said no, so the uni's got to build their own pool. It's very well used. So it's quite silly that council did that. So, and to justify the expense, they weren't making any money out of it. They were losing, I think it was $1 million a year at the start for GSAC. Funnily enough, they hired a manager who actually operated another pool that was in competition with council for a couple of years. The first few years the manager was from another venue. They shut down the Lismore Lake Pool to try and push people into their paid venues. Now the people that they were pushing into were the poor people of Lismore, who couldn't afford it. And I know it might sound a bit insulting, but when I say the poor people of Lismore, I'm one of them. I can't afford to go to GSAC or the memorial bars. It costs too much money, especially if you've got 3, 4, 5 kids, or you're looking after some friends' kids. And I'll be putting that motion to change that motion to get the pool open to include borrowing, so that we can actually get it open.
That's great.
Yeah, hopefully. So, everyone's asking, they want it, so I don't know, it's hard work. I don't want to move because you might, make my beard look messy.
Do councillors get paid? Like, is it a paying job or?
It pays about 18, or just over $18,000 a year for a councillor, and the mayor gets about, 41,000 I think it is a year.
Okay.
But I'm not running for the money. I've announced like weeks ago that I'm doing it for free, whether I get on as mayor or councillor or both, which when you get the mayor you also get the councillor money, so it's about a $60,000 package. But I'm not taking any money, not 1 cent, and I know that the council will probably still have to pay it to me in an account, but all that money that comes in will also be sent straight back out to local charities, such as the Westpac Helicopter, things like Our Kids, cancer research, homeless shelter, soup kitchen, all that sort of thing. So every time I get money come in, it will go out the exact amount to a local charity. So I think anyone that runs for council or mayor should be doing it for the community, not for the money. So I don't see the point. If you want the money, I don't think being a councillor is the way to go. And what's interesting, they're spending a lot of money to become a councillor or a mayor or whatever, a lot of money. It seems to be a lot more than what you're going to get paid, so I don't understand what the ulterior motives are. But anyway, I'm not doing it for the money, that's for sure.
That's a great idea to give it to charity.
Well, I think they live it more than I do. I mean, I'm struggling as well, but I think, I'll just be happy if I can help make Lismore better. More prosperous for everyone, more jobs, more opportunities. I think that'll be my sort of payment.
Yeah.
Success. Yeah. Okay, what have you done? So what have I got? A French flat.
Great.
Oh, beard. It's not as messy as it. Hang on. Yes, no, I don't know. It looks shiny. What have you done?
There you go. Hang on.
Yeah, that's it. You got it.
And one more question for you before I let you leave. If people want to vote for you, how do they do that?
Oh, it's easy. There's two ballot forms now because you're voting for a mayor and councillors. On the mayor one, you'll see 6 names, and you'll just see Big Rob, and the box next to my name, you can just put a 1 if you want to vote for me. And on the councillor, it's a big piece of paper you'll see with there's a number of boxes across the top above a line. It'll be from Group A to Group H. And then you'll see one other name below the line on the right in a separate column, one group candidate. If you want to vote for me, I'm Group D, so you can just put a 1 above the line. You'll see my name under it where you see Big Rob. The box above that name is Group D. And so that's the easiest way. 1 in Group D for council, and 1 on the mayoral ticket next to my name for Big Rob for mayor. It's as easy as that.
I think there's only one Big Rob.
That's it, there's only 1 Big Rob, definitely.
They can't confuse.
This way, 1 in Group D above the line, yeah. Too easy.
Too easy.
Let me loose before you cut my hair off.
No.